Carol, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
You are our first Friday speaker this month, talking about the Burr Conspiracy. How'd you get interested in that project?
Well, I knew that Burr had come to Locust Grove, and the musical Hamilton got me more intrigued about Aaron Burr in general, and so I started to think, why? Why did Burr come to Kentucky, and why Locust Grove in particular? And once I started to dig into it, you could find the seeds of the story way back during the American Revolution. And so I was intrigued by his relationship with the owner of Locust Grove, William Cron, and with his brother-in-law, George Rogers Clark. Burr knew both. So why did he come to talk to them at Locust Grove? And that opened up the door to the whole Burr Conspiracy, which is fascinating because it's so hard to know what actually happened, what was in the minds of the people, and did their intentions change along the way.
So do you think Burr was guilty of treason? What's your assessment?
I think so. The gunboat thing kind of clinched it for me.
Right.
He went to shipyards in Louisville and inquired about building gunships. And I don't think that if you're trying to set up a peaceful settlement under the support of the United States government, you would need your own gunboats. Maybe
Probably
I'm wrong.
true.
Maybe I'm wrong, but...
So there's a great crowd today who had a lot of good questions. Why do you think the story of the Burr Conspiracy really resonates with modern Kentuckians?
Well, conspiracy, of course, is always interesting, and to know that our founding fathers might have had another side to them, that some of them were out for glory and money besides just setting up a new country and a new political system and a new economy. I mean, I don't mean to denigrate them at all for the heroic things that they did, but they were people who had a living to make. And when you start to hear that maybe some of them crossed the line to the dark side, Aaron Burr is the one who always comes to mind. So what indeed was he up to? He had already killed the former Secretary of the Treasury, and so hearing that he did some other nefarious things does not come as a huge shock.
Now you're director of Locust Grove, great historic site in Louisville, and you guys have a slave dwelling project that's coming up. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Right. Well, we're really excited to find ways to tell the story of the enslaved people at Locust Grove, and we found out about Joseph McGill's slave dwelling project, where he travels to places where slaves lived and worked and actually sleeps there, spends the night, and then talks with people about what that tells them and what they know about the experiences of the people who lived that as part of their daily lives. So on August 23rd, he'll be there to do a campfire and a sleepover, and the next day, the 24th at 1 o'clock, there'll be a lecture presentation about it.
And people need to register, and if they want to go to get in touch
Do
with
need to
you
register in advance because the spaces are very limited,
Well, great.
especially if you want to spend the night.
Right. Well, thanks so much for being here, and
Well, thank you.
appreciate you coming.
Thank you.
If history is important to you, please like our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and share with your family and friends.